Hola y bienvenidos a Deuces, wild motherfuckers!
Yeah!
Thrilled, good to be back, man. Great
Good
to be back.
to see you, EB, my man, with the plan.
So, talk to me because the last time we spoke, well, this isn't true. I feel like we have pretty good constant communication throughout every single week. But the last time you and I were on here, Deuces Wild together, you had the Autism Awareness Night. How did it go?
You know what? It went great. Not only did, a few appearances, signed a bunch of stuff for VIP people and all that sort of stuff, but we had a big to-do, like a big get-together in Triples Alley right after, well, it was right during batting practice. And, man, that little party we having down there is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Matter of fact, Linda was there, Nora was there, Rodolfo was there. So I had a chance to see some of those guys. And, I told the Giants, I said, we're getting so many kids down there. I said, y'all going to have to, budget some more time in so I can spend, more time with the kids, sign autographs and all that. And then during the game, had a few little suite visits and just a great day.
So one of the suite visits that you had was not on that night, but it was on the night that was Barry. No, it wasn't Bonds' birthday. It was on Sunday.
Right.
And you ran in to the fucking Savannah Bananas.
Can you believe it? No. After we did the Autism Night on Friday, then Saturday was a few days late. Barry Bonds' birthday. I even told some of the guys in the chat room, I said, Barry's got a big-time sweet tooth. We had red velvet cake and caramel corn and, shit like that. And Trey crushed 4 hot dogs. Barry couldn't believe Trey crushing 4 hot dogs. And then the next day, we didn't have batting practice, right? So I'm on the field, and I'm messing with the fans like I normally do. There's about 4 or 5 dudes down there with Savannah Banana shirts on. I go, I got to go talk to these guys. And I went out to them, and I talked to them on the field. They were cool as shit. And they said, yeah. They said Byrnesy went into second base, and he had a pair of shorts on, and he tore up his knee. And that's when I started texting you. I'm like, dude, I got to see what your knee looks like. I know it's chewed up and spit out. Come on.
Well, dude, I'm wearing pants right now. Otherwise, I'd show it to you, but it's still recovering. Yeah, man. It's sliding to second base.
Hey, if you're going to go with shorts, man, put a freaking pad on or something like that so you don't tear your shit up.
Yeah, but, dude, I'm not going to be out there with fucking knee pads or anything else like that, like the softball chicks, man.
I hear you.
We're not going out there with the grape smugglers. And I'm talking smugglers, man. These things are nice and cozy. And
I hear you.
You gotta fucking own it. And if my left testicle pops out, it pops out.
Hey, whatever. So anyway, so after the dudes went upstairs, I went and grabbed a shower. I went back upstairs. I had a little suite appearance I had to do, and I think they were in suite like 42 or 47, and my suite appearance was at 30. And so I said, shit, let me ease on down there. So I eased on down there, and I don't know, there must have been, probably 20, 25 guys up there, and they were having a few pops, and I popped in there, had a few pops with them, and signed a few autographs, took a few pictures, and had a good time laughing and joking. And there was one dude, big tall guy, red hair with a beard, from the Freak Nasties or whatever they call it.
The party animals.
Yeah, the party animals. All right. So he goes, you tell Byrnesy can't get a hit off of me. He's like, for his life off of me. I said, I'm not going to tell him that. I said, because next time he might hit one off your face.
Hey, dude, the guy's right, though. His name's Sean Fluke, and his nickname's the Exterminator. And the reason why his nickname's the Exterminator is because in real life, his real job, he's actually a fucking exterminator.
He's the bug dude. Call up the bug dude.
Dude, and the guy is fucking dealing for the party animals right now. He throws 80 poo. I swear, it's just like, and he flips shit up there. So first pitch, throw I'm standing up there. I come in for my big pinch hit against Fluke. And I've only faced him twice. And he punched me out on a questionable check swing the first time with the game on the line. So this one, first pitch, he throws behind me. With the catcher scoots over behind me. And so I'm up here like, dude, I'm hunting heater first pitch. He throws like right here. The catcher's over here, so he catches it like it's a strike. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go like this, just a little bit. The umpire, the dancing umpire, Vince, who's a good buddy of mine, does a fantastic job. This fucking piece of shit rung me up for a strike for stepping out of the batter's box. What the fuck?
That's what you get, big boy. But anyway, I mean, hey, look, good group of dudes. I had a chance to talk to them. I really didn't know like their history, and we were going through it. Most of the guys are independent ball guys. There was one dude that had played for a few minor league teams. So I know that I know they got a little talent up there, and it was good seeing the guys. They got a little bit of recognition, and then also on top of that, they sang the seventh inning stretch. They sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," so that was pretty cool.
The Bananas did at the
yeah. Some of the kids. I don't know whether they didn't do it from the suite. I don't know. They might have gone down on the field or something, but they sung the seventh inning stretch. So that was cool.
So check this out. I'm not positive, and I can't speak on something I don't know, but I know that there's rumors flying around that they're going to play in 8 big league stadiums next year. And
really, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
that'd
really
pretty
cool. Dude, they'll sell these bitches out. The tickets in San Jose Thrill were going for $850 a pop.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, so the one thing I asked the dudes, I said, hey, from where you guys were last year to where you are this year, I said, how's the travel been and the hotels and all that? They were very, very complimentary. They said, there's only been one time where there's been a screw up. They said, other than that, travel's been pretty good and the hotels have been pretty good, which I thought, for those kids, coming out of indie ball and all that, I thought that was pretty cool for them to say it.
So the one thing in life that my dad taught me is like, look, amongst a few others, but one of the main things was no matter where you go or what you do, make sure you leave places, things, and people better than you found them. And so with my experience with the Bananas, I feel like I left it a lot better than I found it. And one of the things that I wholeheartedly championed for all of the guys was collaboration with social media to make sure that they're getting the credit for all the dances they're doing that's blowing up the Savannah Bananas marketing in every which way possible.
Right.
The other thing that comes with that is travel. When it comes to staying in nice hotels and riding on nice buses and taking flights when it's appropriate to take a flight. Emily Cole, Jesse Cole's wife, who is also the owner of the Bananas, does an awesome job and always has with that. The third thing was make sure these guys are getting appropriately compensated for the amount of time and work and effort and energy that they're putting in. When we did our world tour last year, I could just they made a few $100 a game. Like it was not good. And I understand it because no one knew how it was going to go. But as it went really well, and then the tour started this year, they more than compensated these guys. Outside of maybe AAA players, they make more money than any other minor leaguer. And my sell to Jesse was, look, dude, make this the #1 destination for any indie ball player that's not an affiliated ball. If they're an affiliated ball, there's nothing we can do about it. But outside of affiliated ball, this is a spot that these guys should want to play, and they've done a good job with that. So the quality of competition and everything has gotten a lot better. Let's give them the Giants, man. They're playing well.
Yeah, no. So that was another thing too. We were there and they went 7-2 on the homestand. Played really well. Not believe it or not, I mean, and I'm knocking on wood. I'm hoping it changes. Not a lot of offense. They've had, I don't know, 5 one-run games in a row, and so which is a good thing because you start learning how to win those tight ball games, especially late in the game. So that's a good thing. But then they turn around and they go to Oakland, they lose to the last place A's, and then now that they went to Anaheim last night, they broke out and they were losing again in the 9th inning, and they broke out and dropped a 6th spot. You and I kind of talked about it. They lumped a few hits together, had a few little bloops fall in here and there, but they lumped together a 6th spot and won last night. So they're got the second game of the series tonight. Scott Alexander is going to be our designated leadoff chunker, and they're going against Giolito.
Okay, let's go back to last night, and then I'll work back to where you started, because I definitely want to get into talking about getting jammed. Let's start with this.
All right, so you and I talked about. Yeah, you and I talked about this like last year or whatever, but I already told you that Tony Gwynn always told me that the mark of a good hitter is to get jammed and be able to kind of fight the ball here and fight the ball there. If you catch the ball off the end of the bat, that's the one that first off is going to break your bat, but then second off, your timing's always messed up and you're always out in front. And so Tony always told me that. So I was not afraid to get jammed. That's another reason why I work my hands inside the ball, like we talked about, is because when you work your hands inside the ball, you can fight it off and still get a base hit. And seeing what the Gigantes did last night, they kind of bought into that program, and they had a few of those and wound up, coming up with a big W.
Well, if you look at Luis Ariz, who I think we could all agree is the best pure hitter in baseball right now when it comes to just hitting.
Right.
He has one of the lowest exit velocities. And so the irony of all of this is that in a day and age that we admire launch angle and exit velocity, it's literally the mark of a great hitter is still measured by their ability to stay inside of baseball, fight it off, stay committed to a plan, and that's where the hits are. Hits are where fielders don't fucking play.
Thank you. That was you and I talked about it, and I keep going back to him, but he was the best ever. I mean, Tony, I watched him take early batting practice one day, and it didn't look like he was like working on one specific thing. So after he got through swinging, I walked up to him. I go, "Hey, buddy," I said, "what were you working on today?" He goes, "I was trying to hit it where they weren't." And I was like, "Oh, what a novel concept." That's exactly what we're supposed to do every day. And so here's another one. All right. You and I know this. All right. And I'm just venting here. But, I just got through telling you, Giants had a bunch of one-run games, low-scoring games, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, and for 3 days in a row, they had 3 guys show up for batting practice. The next day, 4 guys show up for batting practice. The third day, 2 guys show up for batting practice. The way I looked at it was, if I'm gonna go to home plate at Oracle Park, and that is where I'm gonna do my job, that's where I'm gonna practice my job. And so I actually like taking batting practice in the batter's box. Whack! You see what the ball does to left field. Whack! You see what the ball does to right field. And on top of that, you can see your swing and how the ball comes off of your bat and make adjustments from there. So, for me personally, I'd rather see more people hitting on the field, just to work on their craft a little bit more.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why would they not?
You know what I mean? Hey, look, it's an organizational thing. But it's kind of a optional batting practice. And for me, I optioned it every day. That's how I was born and raised. I wanted to be in the batter's box that I was going to do my job at. I wanted to be there during batting practice and see what the ball did off of the bat.
Hold on a second, dude. Because I lived to take batting practice in the major leagues. Like, not only was my dream to get in the major leagues and to hit nukes and make diving fucking plays.
Yes.
My dream was to show up at 4 o'clock and go out there and, just like the scene out of The Natural, whack, bang balls into seats and hear the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta as they trickle down.
Yeah.
Do that fucking everything. Why would they not want to do that?
You got me. I don't know. And then if you, and you know this because you've been to the ballpark, and most everybody who's in the chat room been to the ballpark. I mean, there's a lot of fans that come on the field now and for batting practice, and they want to watch, their favorite player. They want to watch an Eric Byrnes or Mike Yastrzemski or whoever it was. They want to watch those guys take batting practice, do their thing, because they're 15, 20 feet away from them, and it gives them a new appreciation for it. But, hey, look, it is what it is. Certain guys like to hit in the cage. They don't like to go outside. Me, that wasn't me. If you're hitting in a cage, I can only see the ball for travel for I don't know, at best, 70, 80 feet, because you got a pitcher's mound down there at the end of at the batting cage, but you can only see it 70, 80 feet. I need to be out on the field and I need to see it go 300, 350. I need to see if the ball's going to peel off one way or if I'm catching it right and it's going straight. So that was just me, but that's how I roll.
Thrill, I got Biggity Biscuit right here interrupting Deuces Wild. This better be good.
Jackson wants to say
Bring it on in, Biscuit.
Jackson wants to say what's up? Because Jackson wants to say, he's coming in with multiple FaceTime cameras, whatever.
Who is that?
So look at this. Is that Gianni?
Yeah, hi.
What's up, dudes?
Who is that?
Who is it? Jackson, a couple of LT peers, man. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, go play in the street, dude.
Yeah. Don't come in until it's freaking dark, meathead.
Gosh, damn, man. Get back outside. Get off your phone.
Yeah.
Kids these days, right?
Yeah, no. Hey, look, we did that. We got home from school, had to do our homework. After we did our homework, we got kicked out the house and come back when the street lights come on.
That's exactly it. So, Thrill, you bring up the batting practice, and the hat you're wearing said candlestick hat.
And the shirt. Remember the stick, baby. Remember the stick.
I see the shirt, and I go back and I think about getting there early. And I'll never forget in my entire life, it obviously was before 93 because that's the year you signed Bonds. But it was a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla put on a fucking show, man.
Yeah.
That was as entertaining. Never mind. That was more. I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened to that game. I couldn't tell you who won. I couldn't tell you who lost. I could tell you who got hits. I couldn't tell you who pitched. But I remember Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla hitting fucking tanks. One after another, after another, after another. Left field, center field, third deck, right field. You're the only one that I ever saw go in the third deck in a game. I don't ever remember it. Ernie Riles hit a nuke really far for the 10,000th home run. I do remember that. But that third deck shot off that the poor guy from Houston, dude. I just saw
Dave Needs.
Yeah,
Dave Needs. That wasn't my only one up there. That was just one of the ones that made the highlight reel. I went up there 5 or 6 times. So,
dude.
But,
so those.
Here's another thing. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just say, all right, I leave Candlestick and I go to Oakland. I go to the Coliseum, right? Okay. 2 things. First off, there was no place on the face of the planet other than Candlestick that had more foul ground than the Coliseum. And so during batting practice, if somebody hit a foul ball, down the line, I went chasing the son of a gun to figure out how far I got to run, before I would run into the stands or something like that. And so these are the kind of things that when you go on the road, you try to learn that ballpark. When you're at home, you try to learn your own home ballpark. And for me personally, it was part of who I was as a player because I wanted to practice on the field that I was going to play on. And that's just simple. For me, I thought it was common sense. And now, it's not that way. But hey, look, the guys, they're 3 games, 4 games out of first place, whatever. It's working for them. But
is it?
But
No,
yeah, I know. But to
hey, let me tell you what they're fucking
to
up.
better your craft, get in the freaking batter's box that you're going to work in. That's what I'm saying.
100% agree with you on that. On top of that, if you're not taking batting practice as an entire team, how are the outfielders getting their work? How are the infielders getting their work? You could tell me that they're going to go out there and hit fungos all day, but fungos are not the same as taking balls live and real batting practice. Alex Gordon, when he was the best left fielder in baseball, I interviewed him on MLB Network, and he credited his entire fucking prowess in the outfield on batting practice, meticulously working one pitch at a time, getting the live reads, getting the live breaks, making plays. Dude, that is critical in the development of any infielder taking a ball off the bat and any outfielder. If you don't have that, ultimately, at some point, Thrill, you're going to be fucked.
Yeah, and then here's another one too. All right, and this is going to take you back because this is where I first saw you in person. All right, infield and outfield. All right, I see Eric Byrnes, charging a ball, firing a freaking strike to home plate, being aggressive and all that, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, if I'm a base runner, I can't take a base on him because of how aggressive he is. Okay. Everybody back in our era took, batting practice in the infield. When I would actually come out for infield and watch the outfielders throw. And that's how you became a good base runner. You knew I could be aggressive on that guy. I can't be aggressive on Eric Byrnes. I can be aggressive on that guy. I can't be aggressive on Andre Dawson. Those kind of things. And now the way it is, nobody takes infield, outfield. And so what they'll do is they'll give you scouting reports. They'll say, okay, let's pick somebody. I don't care. Jock Peterson, average range, below average throwing, something like that. I don't need to see anything more than that. I know already if a ball's hit his way, I'm going to take an extra base. And it that's the way it is now. Whereas before, you and I, because we took infield, outfield, we used to be able to put our eyeballs on it and say, okay, I can run on that guy. I can't run on that guy. And that's how you got to be a good base runner.
So when Colton was with Team USA and they were in Mexico, before the games, they would take infield, outfield. It was so refreshing. It reminded me of my days going back to Little League, which is on right behind, to my days in high school, to my days in college. Dude, I'll never forget. There was a infield, outfield situation in college in which I guess I was doing some wind sprints before the game. And we were playing it might not have been Oklahoma State. It wasn't. It was Ohio University. But it was at the Oklahoma State Regional. And I'm doing sprints like on the warning track as they're taking their infield, outfield. So their coach decided to bang a ball as I'm like running way out there, like literally like almost hit me in the outfield. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even close to where they're doing whatever they're doing. And I guess that was his way of saying, get off my fucking field. Well, sure enough, we then took infield, outfield. And I played right field. And at the time, dude, I could throw, man. Well, I got the first ball, perfect dart to home, one hop, bam. I got the second throw. They're in the third base dugout. And I went like this. Threw a fucking seed at gosh damn near 100 miles per hour into their dugout. It's like, Scatter!
You freaking hosed him in the dugout.
Dude, you want to hit a ball at me in the outfield when I'm running sprints? You're gonna get the same shit coming right back at you.
Hey,
so,
you better duck and bob, baby.
7, fuck off.
All right, so here's one for you. All right, so all right, all we got everybody in the chat room. All right, pay attention to this one. Okay, if you are a left-handed center fielder and you're going into left center, should I run on you or should I not?
Oh yeah,
you run on him all the time because he's going to the glove side. He's got to stop his momentum and then turn around and throw, or he has to do a freaking 360 and throw an absolute BB to third base to get you. So any left-hander that was in center field running towards left center, I win every time. One guy threw me out, and he did it in spring training. Tipped my cap. I'm like, that was freaking awesome. Was Ken Griffey Jr. He was in left center. He did the 360 pirouette through a one-hop strike and got me. He put the ball right on the button and got me. I'm like, all right, nice job. But it's spring training. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure those things out so that I can take him into the regular season.
By the way, we're sponsored once again by 818 Tequila, the drink of
nice. Tequila, otherwise known as tequila, and we have the Mississippi State Bulldogs with Yak Danielle.
As we should. So the other thing that we got here tonight is now available to the public. I don't know what exact gear is there, but this right here, Network. It's online. You can fucking buy it. Joe, Henry, Leslie, if any of you guys are watching the program, put the link in the chat. Let's do this, man. No further network now.
Hey,
throw out a question for you because
I got so many people. Well, I mean, Tommy Luke's in here, Tommy Aliotti's in here. People are asking me questions. Hey, where I can get the no filter stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. And because like I even got like, you know, my wife and my daughter, they're like, I want a pink no filter shirt or a pink no filter hat, and I'm like, put the damn things online so we can get them. Leslie Short, I am not cheap. I'll go on and I'll buy them. Put them on the line.
Girl, we got you. But a question
you hear, Joe Manueli? I'm telling you too. Put them on there.
Hey, so question for you. This past weekend, because it's really kind of, one of the first weekends you've been in San Francisco since I'd say our numbers have just continued to skyrocket, go through the roof. Did you have a lot of people mentioning no filter through the course of the weekend?
Unbelievable. And the thing is, it's not necessarily the show. It's not necessarily the show. You have been freaking TikToking me to no end, and people like, dude, I love your freaking TikToks with Byrnes, man. Every time you guys come out, when I check it out, and they're like, here, check it out. And then I went to like, I don't know, 3 or 4 suite appearances, and people were like, here, check out your TikTok. And I was like, yeah, no, I did the interview. I remember that. You know, so I'm just telling you, hey, look, you know, our TikToks are awesome, but you know, we need more people in the chat room. The chat's blowing up. Hey, Linda, while I got you here, I didn't see Nora's name on there, but frickin' Rodolfo got absolutely hammered and came up to the suite and he was like frickin' nonstop in Trey's ear, and I had to go, hey, Rodolfo, let Trey eat his freaking 6 hot dogs by himself. Back your ass up a little bit. So,
did Rodolfo I've never seen Rodolfo drunk. I've only, met him, I think, a couple times.
He was hammered. He was hammered while he was up there. He's having him a good old time.
Hey, he wasn't as hammered as Crudelli was, though, was he? Remember
No. I tell you what, Crudelli, you gave Crudelli my number, and Crudelli's texted me a few times. I'm like, dude, quit drunk texting me. All right? only text me when you're sober. Don't drunk text me.
Dude, that's how you have to deal with Crudelli, man.
So, end of the month. All right. So, not this weekend. Oh, by the way, we didn't even talk about this. This weekend is the reunion of the 93 team, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it, but, I was just out there for 10 days on the last homestand. And then my daughter's got beauty pageant. And then end of the month, I'm going to be back out for Mike Murphy's, plaque statue presentation and all that. It was just too much. So I told the Giants, I said, look, the guys from 93, let them go have their fun. I had my fun. You guys go out there and have fun. So they're going to do that. But, before the Mike Murphy presentation, I'm going to be in Reno doing an appearance. So I'll be seeing the big Mike Lasaghi, otherwise known as Battleborn Mike. I'll be seeing him.
What's the date of that one? I got to go.
That's that weekend of the 24th, 25th, right in there, 24th, 25th, 26th.
Okay, I think there's a chance that I'll be around. If I am, I'll be there. And
we need to hook up.
Is that Pace Supply again?
That's Pace Supply, but it's not the plumbers. This is the fire end of things. So it's a bunch of valves and shit like that. Anyway,
super cool, man. How's our guy Bob Cheney doing?
Bob Cheney retired, and he turned it over to everybody. And I said, hey, you got to show up. So he's supposedly going to be out there, for the end of the month, but we'll see.
All right, yeah, dude, that could be an epic night if you guys figure it out and get in before or after.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
You want to come play Martis, dude?
Yeah. And then one of my partners that's in the chat room, Tom Aliotti, he comes to a lot of Giants games. He and I've been friends for since my rookie year. So we've been friends for a long time. He was just in Chicago, and he said, I'm at Harry Caray's. He said, are you in here? And I said, I used to be back in there in the day. I said, because Harry asked me for all kinds of autograph stuff. And Tom just came on the chat and said, I found your picture at Harry Caray's. I said, well, there you go. There's one of them.
Hey, two things. Number one, I told my kid to go play in the street. And now he's driving the Jeep at like 35, 40 miles per hour. This little mini Jeep, like ripping up top. The psycho. But hey, fuck it. He's out there.
Hey, that apple don't fall too far from the tree, jackass.
Oh, jeez. The other thing is, you have any good Harry Caray stories? I mean, this is a guy that.
So Harry used to come out from. Harry used to come out, while we were taking batting practice, right? And you'd be behind the cage, and Harry would walk up there, hey, how you doing there, Thrill? And I'm like, Harry, I'm doing good. And it was like, if you lit a match, he might have blown up, all right? 10:30 in the morning, he is slammed, right? And so I found this out from Kruko. Kruko used to tell me, he goes, we're out in the outfield with Shaggy. And he said, but fuck with Harry. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, tell him to announce some lady from, and he said, make up a city. I'm like, okay, cool. And I got, and one day I said, hey, Harry, I said, hey, one of my aunts, she's from Penobscot, and she loves you, and she wants a shout out during the game. And he goes, no problem, Thrill, I'll take it from there. And so he got on the broadcast, and he's like, yeah, Will Clark, one of his aunts from, and he paused for a second, and he goes, "It sounds like snot. Snot." She said to say hi, and so welcome to the broadcast from Snot. I told Kruko about it. Kruko started dying laughing. He's like, "Oh, he says, you got to screw with Harry every day." I said, "All right, every time he comes out there, I'll mess with him."
Oh, dude. So speaking of broadcasters, you and I both played for the Baltimore Orioles. They have a broadcaster by the name of Kevin Brown. He's a play-by-play guy on the television.
Not the Kevin Brown right-handed pitcher guy.
No.
All right.
And he's on, that's how I remember his name though. But he does television and radio. And apparently, when they were in Tampa, he mentioned something about the Orioles' horrendous record in Tampa over the past however many years. Well, I guess, and this is where it's been reported at least, that he was pulled off the broadcast for mentioning facts that were detrimental to the team. And my first thought was, what the fuck?
Thank you.
With the Orioles management to reprimand somebody for simply dropping knowledge that's provided by a sports information director from your own fucking team.
Thank you. Hey, if you don't want me to talk about shit like this, go out on the field and turn it around a little bit. Maybe fucking kick their ass one time at their home ballpark. But in the meantime, if you don't, then guess what? I have to state the obvious truth, which is we don't play real well here. And for him to either get booted or to get the slap on the hand, you know what? This is that bullshit where it's like way too, you got to adjust your tie perfect and all that. Let your fucking hair down and go play some baseball, goddammit. And let your hair down and let the announcers do their job, It's the truth. It's the truth. And guess what? If you can't handle the truth, get the fuck out the room.
Play better.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
The last thing I would want is a broadcaster trying to cover for my inefficiencies. If I'm not doing the job.
And they all do that. Kruko and Kuiper freaking covers for some bullshit that goes on the field. They do it all the time. And that's why they're the best in the business. This guy was just coming out there and stating facts, like you said, that probably somebody gave him some statistics, and he's just saying, all right, that's the stats. That's the way it is. And to get the boot or a slap on the hand, hey, you know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. If you can't look in the mirror and say I suck, fuck you because you suck.
I'm reading a book right now. It's called, I think, Champion's Mind. And one of the first things that they say that makes a champion is accountability. For us to be accountable for our actions, for our preparation, for what goes on the field, for our results, even though we can't always necessarily control them. Be over accountable. That's okay. And so if you're a broadcaster, I don't need your cynicism all of the time, but state the facts. Don't hide from them. And players understand. If you don't like it, fucking play better.
Thank you. And then that's the thing. That was how I grew up. Kruko, Brenly, all Lacoste, all those guys. They said, look, you're out there every day. You're fucking accountable. You be in your locker and you answer questions. Whether you won the game or whether you lost the game, you face the freaking music. And that's the one thing that all of my teammates, and you can ask them from way back when, that's the one thing. Every day I stood in my locker, I faced the music. If the press wanted to talk and I sucked, I said I sucked. I made an error. I cost this guy 10 more pitches. I made an error. I let the winning run come home. That's on me. That's my fault. I will change it tomorrow, and face the freaking music. It's that freaking trophy generation. All right. Everybody's got to get a fucking trophy. Fuck you. I'm here to kick your ass. I can care less about your trophy. I'm going to beat your trophy up your ass.
So they say there's two kinds of people. You got the palms up guys or the palms down. Palms down, chest out, head up.
There you go.
Palms up.
What happened, man? What happened?
What did I do?
Oh.
Hard.
There you go. Hey, look.
You can't talk to me like that.
I didn't fare really well. I need a trophy. Guess what? Fare a little bit better next time, and I'll give you a fucking trophy. In the meantime, you finish in last place. Go get a Coke.
Dude, I can't believe, and when everyone talks to me about your retirement ceremony, and we're so, it's basically like a year ago.
I even brought it up.
It's the greatest speech I've ever heard. It really is. And the fact that you brought up the participation trophy generation.
You remember, because you were on the field, the fans went freaking nuts when I said that.
Nuts. Fucking nuts, man. But because it's true. And it's not, look, we didn't try to create this. I know we did. Like, human beings are human beings, man. And yeah, you can look at the generations, and there's Gen X and then there's millennials. Well, what they're basically trying to say is like, look, a lot of the millennials, we got caught in this lost generation that was between like Gen X parents and the baby boomer parents. And then, in between that, we're kind of the hippies. And I don't know where we got lost or what happened, but we became, so sensitive to everything in the fucking world. And we decided to cater to the lowest common denominator. And when we do that in life, we're all fucked. And like you cannot cater to the lowest common denominator. You can't decide because one person wants a fucking cat litter box in a goddamn fucking classroom that we're going to put one in every classroom across America. What the fuck is wrong with people? Seriously.
I'm with you. All I can tell you is, the people that, kind of cried, and, oh my goodness, oh this, oh that, do it better, Jack. I'm not falling for this. I don't fall for it. All right.
Why wasn't it good at something? Let me tell you something, bro. Colton and I got our asses kicked in pickleball today. And handed to us. Granted, we were playing a really good player. We were playing his daughter. His daughter is like a pop star. Like literally, Sophia Bromberg. She was on The Voice. She killed it. She was on Ariana Grande's team. Unbelievable. They fucking smoked us, dude. And I kept my mouth shut the entire time because I didn't want to wear out Biscuit. And I'm just like, I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to take care of my own shit because it's not like I'm playing great either. After it was all said and done, I said, yo, dude, you want to hit some balls? He's like, baseballs? I go, no, pickleballs. He goes, not really. Let's go hit some baseballs. I said, okay, cool. We come back here. We're hitting baseballs. We're messing around. And I told him, I go, look, bro, we got smoked today. But if we want to change the outcome next time, at some point between now and the next time we get to play the Brombergs, you and I are going to go and we're going to spend some time on our strategy because it's not physical skill that's beating us. I like to believe we're better athletes than both of them. It's their technique and the way they go about their business and their strategy and their plan that gets us. So I didn't like the result. But am I going to sit here and bitch and complain and say, make excuses? No. Bro, you and I, let's go out there and get better. And then we can come back and hopefully we'll have a better showing. But it's work and work only that will get us there.
I love it. Even Big Mike just said it. He said, fuck your feelings, try harder. And I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Hey, look, all right, look, I feel for you. You keep coming in second place all the time, but you better work your ass off to try to get to first place, because guess what? It ain't gonna happen. And nobody's gonna hand it to you. So, oh, by the way, the Giants are in the bottom of the first. Ohtani got a RBI single. Drury got a base hit, and they made a pitching change. Junis is in now, replacing Alexander. You got first and second, nobody out. Angels are winning 1-0.
I'm gonna get this game on. I have the Little League game on behind me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll give you the heads up.
But then there's another element of things too. Like, for example, I still will tell you that the best player that I've ever seen in a San Francisco Giants uniform, the two best are you and Barry Bonds. And you guys both are 0-time World Series champs. Think about that. Yeah, you look at the 2010, the 2012, the 2014 rosters, and you got a bunch of dudes that some decent players along the way. Buster Posey's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think the list will probably stop there unless I'm missing somebody. And that's it. Yet, all those guys are like, hey, World Series shit, like this and that. There's certain shit in life, Thrill, we can't control. I didn't, like, you and Barry were two of the biggest fucking winners I've ever seen put on a baseball uniform in my life. Two of the biggest winners, right? Yep. And sometimes shit's out of your control and you just can't do anything about it.
Yep, hey, look, it's one of those things where, I mean, look at 93, win 103 games and go home. Now you win 103 games, you might be freaking, having a parade downtown. So, hey, it's one of those things. It's just how it is. But,
you might win 83 and have a parade downtown.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's unbelievable. But the thing is, I mean, you and I talked about it. I mean, you got two dudes at the time that arguably, some of the better dudes that, we're on the same team together. You couple that with Matt Williams, and it's like, holy shit. But there's more than that to the team. And, it takes a little bit of everybody. That's why baseball is so beautiful. That's why you play 162 games. You go through the ups and downs, ins and outs, the whole works. So,
how's your opener working out here today?
Well, I already told you. He went 3 straight hitters, gave up 3 straight hits, and now he's gone. Junis came in. He punched out the first guy. Now they got old Moustakas is up there. So,
all right. So another question for you.
All right.
I brought this up when we were off air before we started the show and went live on the stream. Kai Caray. I don't know what his official title is.
Who?
But Kai Caray.
Okay, Kai Caray.
His official title is what?
He is the bench coach and infield instructor.
Okay. So we had runners at first and second, no outs. And Kai Caray.
This is where? In Oakland?
In Oakland. Went out to the mound as you see a base hit by Moustakas here. Sort of score with Ohtani, 2-0 Angels. Kai Caray came out to the mound just basically to do the defensive position. And I thought it was interesting. I'm not judging it one way or another. Kruk and Kipe, I think, kind of felt the same way. They're like, whoa, I've never seen a defensive guy go out to the mound to talk about how they're going to approach the situation. It actually makes a lot of sense if you ask me. Your thoughts on that? Because normally you would see either the manager or the pitching coach go out.
All right. So for me personally, that's something new. I've never seen that before. You brought it up. I didn't even see it. But when you were out on the mound, it was the pitching coach coming out there or the manager to take the pitcher out, one or the other. And whoever was out there, and especially if it was the pitching coach, he relayed from the manager or the bench coach how they wanted to play the next hitter. And so you adjusted accordingly. For the infield instructor to go out there to the mound, I think that's unnecessary because, first off, we've already had an infielders meeting, and you kind of know where to play everybody. And all infielders and outfielders, because you well know, because you played in the outfield, you looked in the dugout, somebody said, move over, you're like, move over a little bit. Same thing on the infield. Somebody says, move over, you move over, and you start talking to everybody like, hey, he told me to move over. You don't need to have a meeting out on the mound to move a runner here and there. Yeah. So that's my own feelings on things. But then again, these freaking morons, all right, you go over to hitters meetings and the pitchers meetings, and you figure out where to play guys and all that sort of stuff. And what do? They give the doofuses out in the field little freaking cards. And they all look in their hat and they go, oh, I need to play over there. Well, you should have paid attention to the meeting. You'd already known that.
Why is it that these guys have to have cards these days?
I don't know. It's like when somebody comes in from out the pen, he's going to throw like completely different. And the hitter's going to take a completely different swing off the guy. It's like, sorry, I don't get it. It's baseball, man. Pay attention. That's the thing. I do not need like 6 coaches to tell me where to play. I'm watching the game. I'm watching the hitter take swings. I know if he's early. I know if he's late. I'm a big boy. I'll move. I don't need 45 people to tell me. Matter of fact, when they start telling me, then I'll tell them to go fly a fucking kite.
When I watch first baseman these days, I look at how far they're playing away from first base.
Yes.
I scratch my head. I'm like, dude, will they ever be able to fucking make it back to the bag?
So the thing is, all right.
Basement play.
All right. So now check this out. That's a great question because I've had this talk with a lot of people. So if the coach wants you to move off the bag, you take one step in, one step over. It's a freaking isosceles triangle. You're the same distance as you were for home plate. If they want you to move over some more, one step in, one step over. And so you wind up being over there in the hole, and you wind up being the same distance from first base. But the only problem is now you're like kind of in the hitter's face. You don't have the reaction time. Uh-oh, we got to double off the wall.
God, no.
Oh, and he dropped it. He dropped it. Oh, he had him out too. And then the runner moves over on that. God damn it.
Hunter Renfroe with the big knock. And the Angels thrill. There's no other way to put this. They've been fucking horrific, man. They're an embarrassment to baseball right now. And it's not necessarily all their offense because obviously they still have Ohtani and Trout. Like, those are 2 best players in the world. But the issue has been the rest of the lineup, their starting pitching, their bullpen is disgusting. They're so gosh damn bad, man. Does it sound like I've bet on them recently? It's because I have. They're fucking terrible.
Anyway.
Yeah, now this has been a bright spot, though. Mickey Moniak, former #1 pick overall from the Phillies.
There you go. So I don't know what's going on in the chat room. I guess you brought up, Buster being in the Hall of Fame. Now they're freaking bringing up Mad Bum and everybody else. You guys got a lot of problems right there. Uh-oh. Did he get it?
You're right. Not deep enough.
Not quite. Well, we got out of it.
You ever been on the chat at all tonight, by the way?
What's that?
Has my smell-o-vision been on the chat at all tonight?
No, Tara has not been on the chat. I've been checking it out. Tara, bring it on, sister. What we got for dinner tonight?
Why are you not watching Deuces Wild? No one to know what's on for smell-o-vision. I need some more ice up here. It's time for a new cocktail.
We need ice cocktail. We need smell-o-vision. Jesus, she's got all kinds of shit she's got to do.
And I just dropped a bat on my toe.
Hey, hey, Linda. So you even commented before on the food at the Triples Alley appearance. What did you jump on?
The food?
Yeah. So Linda came on earlier. She was talking about the food at the Triples Alley appearance with Autism Night, and I didn't get no food because I was so busy. And I asked her what she got in on, and she said nachos and beer. She was all over. So
Yes.
that's a good thing. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Say hello. Let me get some ice first.
Hey, look, do some nachos and beer before the game starts up, and then grab you your freaking hot dogs and your garlic fries. I don't blame you.
Yeah, Otani's been having trouble with cramps, and this program also another sponsor, of course, is French's mustard. And if you take a spoonful of mustard, it's a cramp preventer. It's been proven. I did it in the Western States. I did it in Try Across America. I did it in the 24-hour World Record Golf Challenge, and I never cramped once. Ladies and gentlemen,
hey, you big Japanese geek, go get you a freaking hot dog and pile of French's mustard on it. You won't have no problems.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point, Thrill.
Hey, I got one for you. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna freaking love this one. All right. So this is in this day and age which we did not have a problem with. So I grew up in the South, and the big thing was having to deal with cramps, heat, humidity. You took salt tablets, right? One of the byproducts of salt tablets was your pee turned yellow, right? So now I get with the Giants now since 08 and all that sort of stuff, and now these morons are coming in there and you need to get hydrated and we need to test your urine. I said, you ain't testing my freaking urine. I said, I didn't live in the world of the drug test. I said, you guys live in it. And so anyway, so I started fucking with these guys, right? So if you take like, I don't know, 10 salt tablets or whatever, first off, you're not going to cramp up. But then second off, your pee is going to be so fucking yellow that it like looks abnormal, right? Yeah. And so I'm like peeing in a cup and I'm bringing that into the training room and I'm like, hey, is this normal? And they're like, oh, we need to go get you tested. I go, no, you don't need to get me tested. I'm fucking with you guys. This is how you prevent this shit.
Hey, Thrill, we got CFRAC 22 coming in here. And since we're on the subject of urination, he actually brings up asparagus. Have you ever had any unusual odors follow an asparagus consumption session?
Dude, you can have one bite of asparagus and your pee fucking turns like, what the shit just happened here? And don't even like decide, oh, I'm gonna get me a bunch of steamed asparagus with hollandaise and all that. Oh, you're fucked. But anyway,
it's
Tara! You want to talk about your pee, or are we good?
Come say hello. Hop on in here.
I've got ribs on the barbecue. So
There we go. That's what we talk about. Smell-o-vision. Big Mike, she's got ribs. You need to go on over there for dinner.
That's right. If I don't burn them, Michael.
So check this out. Thrill is coming up right around the weekend of the 26th, 27th.
Yeah, right in there. Let me get the exact date.
Oh, wonderful.
We got to get them over. Are we here?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Dude, we got to do a barbecue at the house, man.
All right, so I'm gonna be in Reno the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and the 26th. I head back to San Fran.
Battleborn, you gotta come up.
We got to
There you go.
That'd be an epic night. We could do it in person, Deuces Wild.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Girls have a horse show.
The girls have a horse show. Where?
Reno.
A horse show in Reno.
Yeah, at Franktown.
So let's get. I mean, it gets me closer to.
Well,
Reno.
you guys come to me then. Jesus, we'll put the party on me.
I'm not barbecuing at the GSR, but we'll take you to dinner.
No, we're at the Peppermill. We're not barbecuing at the GSR. Don't worry. Tab is on me, baby. Bring it on.
Peppermill has we took the kids to the steakhouse there. Isn't that Peppermill?
Watch it. Like let's keep Tara in the mix here.
I have ribs on the grill.
Oh.
Well,
See you, Tara.
Yeah, the Peppermill. I don't. What did we do at the Peppermill?
Yeah, we did the Peppermill. You and I did the Peppermill.
No, you and I did GSR, man.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, they're all the
Oh,
same.
by the way, GSR, all right, is where Miss USA is going to be. So I know my wife and daughter,
Do it.
they're going to be in town for that shit.
Tara, you guys went to Miss USA at GSR, right? Yeah, they went last year, dude.
Yeah, tell her that Ella and Lisa are coming. They'll hook up with them.
Dude, it's done. Like I'll show up for that too. I mean, to twist my arm, but
Yeah, no, I'm not making that. I'm not making that. You can babysit.
I will go babysit. But for those who don't know, Tara was
Miss
actually
California.
California, 2002. So,
Yes, indeed.
and you know what I was proud of though, Thrill? I met her beforehand. And she told me she was going to a beauty pageant, which was the Miss California pageant. And there was, 100 other girls going. And, she was currently like I think she was Miss San Diego County. And I'm like, that's a pretty good thing. Like, that's cool. Like, congratulations. But then she was going to Miss California with 100 other girls. And in the back of my mind, I didn't tell her this, but I'm like, good luck, honey. You're hot, but you're not that fucking hot. And then, sure as shit, she won. Yeah, that's cool, man. I have a lot
That's awesome. I'm glad for her.
Dude, I've judged a pageant before. Like, this shit's so hard, man. It really is. And I have
You know what the big thing is? The big thing down here is they don't go on beauty. They go on who you fucking know and shit like that. I'm like, y'all need to pick me as a freaking judge. I would like pick the most beautiful person. So that's how it rolls.
Yeah.
Inside and out, by the way.
Yeah, and that was it. That was trying to find it because the personality obviously comes into it, and that's a big part at Miss USA. It's they have to have the beauty, but it's we all know the difference between, and I no disrespect to supermodels, but there's this like supermodel hot that's just it's just gonna photograph well and everything else, and then there's that one that touches like your heart, and then you add that with the personality and everything else, and you're like, whoa, man, there's something different here. That's obviously why I married my wife, but at the same time, I judge,
you know what?
I judge.
You know what? Your wife fell for the gift of gab because that's what you have. So boom.
Dude, I think she liked my crooked nose, my deviated septum.
Nice.
And the fact that I hit fucking nukes in the show, dude. So
you hit nukes. You hit nukes, and you wear coaching shorts where you got one part of your sack hanging out. So you're rolling. That's how you roll, baby.
Dude, so what's on deck for you in the next couple of weeks? I mean, basically
next couple of weeks. Trey starts up baseball this weekend, so we'll be doing a little 18 and over beer drinking league. Then the following week, we're having our annual wild game dinner at the ranch. I'll have 22 of my best friends up there doing some work, eating and drinking a lot. And then the following weekend is when I will be in Reno and San Francisco.
Do you guys, when you go out to the ranch, is it hunting season right now?
You can like shoot hogs because they're an invasive species, but other than that, it is not hunting season. Hunting season don't start up till the weekend before Thanksgiving.
I remember that video you sent me of you shooting that hog, man. That was fucking disturbing, dude.
I just had some freaking. I don't know how the hell I was in. I had to pick up one of Trey's prescriptions the other day, and I was in Costco picking up the prescription, and they had a special, and it was pork chops. Dude, I'm not shitting you. These pork chops were like 2 inches thick, and they had like 6 or 8 of them. And I cooked them tonight. That's what we had for dinner tonight. And Trey and my wife were like, "Oh my God, I've never seen this much pork in my life." I'm like, "Well, we're gonna make some chili with the leftovers."
Chili verde. Hey, let's.
There you go. Oh, I'm liking the call. I'm liking the call with the chili verde. I'm liking that. Oh, right off your foot. Hang with him, Jack. Quit swinging that shit down then.
Oh fuck, dude, that's his. That's like he used to wear one of those guards, I think.
Off the back of the calf.
Walk me through this. Now he goes high fastball. Junis versus Ohtani, bottom second. Angels up 4-0. Cameras out everywhere. This is the best player in the fucking world right now.
So if I had to bet right here, it's probably gonna be a changeup.
You called it. 87-mile-per-hour changeup, fly ball. Left field, he's out. What a call, though. Runner advances from.
So here's the thing. So this is. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry.
No, that was it. I'm like, you just fucking called it. He went slider first pitch, foul ball off the foot, fastball up, and at that point you said, if I have to guess, he's throwing a changeup. He threw a changeup, 87 miles per hour off the plate. Ohtani just misses it. He's out.
Right. And you know the thing for me right there is just the fact that when you're playing with somebody, on your team, you're playing defense behind him, but then you pay attention to what he's calling and stuff like that. And that's just kind of the same thing when I'm watching our relievers, what they're calling, what they're pitching, what they're throwing. Because at some point, I always thought that I'm going to have to face one of my teammates one of my days. So I'm going to have to pay attention to how he pitches. And it happened a lot more than once, by the way.
Love it, dude. That's a nasty.
All right, Big Mike. What is Chili, Colorado? Okay. I like the Chili Verde idea, but what is Chili, Colorado? What is that?
Should we let him in? I imagine he's in the
No, hell no. Don't let him in. Don't let him in. Him and Jason are having a freaking ball right now. So
yeah, well let's keep him out. That's exactly.
Yeah. So they want chili with the red sauce, but I thought that the Steven Luker Chili Verde, I thought that was a pretty good little recommendation. Nice job there, Steven Luker.
Question for you. Do you ever remember a catcher after a third strike for a third out throwing the ball to the first baseman?
No, nobody ever did that because what they did was they either roll the ball out to the mound or they looked at it. If it had a scuff, they ran it off and they chunked it up in the stands. Now, these idiots, they catch strike 3 and they throw it to every one of the infielders, and everybody gets a chance to chunk it up in the stands.
Yeah, I'm curious as to why or how they do that.
I don't know. I tell you what, when Boston was in town, I didn't get it, but every third out, every time they came in off the field, it didn't matter whether it was first baseman, outfielders, whatever. They all threw the ball to the third baseman, Rafael Devers. And Devers was the one that chunked it up in the stands. And I don't know what was behind all of that bullshit.
So, question for you. Because they're talking about the Yankees here. And that they're in a massive rut with runners in scoring position. So, we're not going to do this much longer. Like, 7:18 already here. But Yankees manager Aaron Boone has seen enough by the waning innings of Monday's 5-1 loss to the White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. Boone was ejected by home plate umpire Laz Diaz. Did you see that? Did you see him mimicking Laz Diaz? He's like, oh. And the funny thing was, the one he was arguing was actually a fucking strike. But earlier in the game, he'd missed so many that
he missed so many because Laz Diaz sucks. That's why.
So, dude, Laz has been at this for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
So, anyhow, when it comes to hitting with runners in scoring position, and Sean Casey, by the way, No Filter Network ambassador, huge friend of the program.
Love him, my brother.
Love him. Still runs shows off of No Filter. He's now the fucking hitting coach for the Yankees, Drew.
How about it? Break it out there, Mayor. Break it out.
I mean, what? Okay, if you were to take the hitting coach job of the New York Yankees, of the San Francisco Giants, of whoever it is, like a team that was underperforming, what would your approach be going into something like that?
My approach would be more mental and less mechanical. Everybody nowadays is more mechanical. They think they missed the pitch because their hands weren't here or that or whatever. I don't give a rat's ass about that. What I give a rat's ass about is you need to buy into the fact that a freaking slider's coming right here and I'm going to hit a slider. And that's what guys back in our era did was I didn't necessarily worry about mechanics. I worried about what was coming, and especially with runners in scoring position.
Brandon Crawford was up the other day, good friend of the program. One of the most epic stories told here on No Filter Network.
Yeah, and I already told you I apologize to Brandon because I overemphasized. And he and I are good. I played in his golf tournament the other day.
Perfect. All good. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brandon Crawford was up the other day. He had 2 strikes on him. I'm pretty sure it was a lefty on the mound. And so, I have a little bit more grace for this. But he had 2 strikes on him. And, dude, you couldn't have split the dick any better. It was right down the fucking middle and he took it. Just like this. Turn around, walk back to the dugout. It was a fastball. Right down there, 94. It's not 97. It was there. He obviously was looking slider. Kuiper or Kruko made a comment as to, 2 strikes sitting on a certain pitch. Obviously, that's what Brandon Crawford was doing there. But I've never really understood it. And I'm with those guys. I do not understand sitting on a fucking pitch with 2 strikes and then taking a fastball down the dick. I could never live with myself. Never.
I know you couldn't because we've had that discussion, right? So I got 2 strikes, okay? I know. I had to look fastball. But I also had in the back of my brain, there's freaking 90% this is going to be a breaking ball. So if it's a breaking ball, I'm going to be on it. But if it's a fastball, I'm going to try to emergency hack the shit out of it and get another pitch.
So you think that was his approach?
He was, put it this way, for him to take one center cut like you're talking about, he was looking at something else, but he didn't think about the fastball first.
Well, here he is, right here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's up. That's a fastball up in the zone. He's 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is why I love
Wait. Before we go any further, he's facing an American League team, 4-0. It doesn't matter. Probably something's going to be off speed right here.
All right, 4-0. There it is, changeup, up and away.
Changeup, a 3-2 changeup, up 4-0 to the one of the bottom of the order hitters. Once again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I haven't hit in 20-something years, and I know what the shit's coming because you think ahead of time. So here we go. What is this argument? What was that about?
I don't know, but he's got a cutoff sleeve hoodie with like some nice, like tight fit, bicep showing.
So why? I mean, Crawford just walked. What are you going to go out there? That almost looked like an argument, didn't it?
He was very adamant about what he was saying.
Well, what is he saying? That I mean, Crawford was the batter. Nobody's on base, so they can't say he's quick pitching or not stopping or I don't know. Interesting, very interesting.
Is Matos pinch hitting?
Matos is pinch hitting, yes.
Why is he pinch hitting?
That's a good question. I don't know. Matos is pinch hitting for Pollock.
Oh, they like Pollock against lefties.
I guess. Pollock's hitting 165. Matos is hitting 240.
Yeah, I get it. But fucking Pollock, like, bro, let the guy.
Hey, I don't know. I'm not. Hey, that's their freaking, analytics, whatever. I don't know.
Fuck off. Good hitters get jammed, and he's got a base hit.
There you go. Good hitters get jammed. We just said it.
I know nothing. Sit Pollock down. I do not get it.
Speaking of sending down, they sent down Casey Schmidt, and they brought up this guy Mateus.
Yeah.
So we had a few little moves coming.
What do you know?
And you got Lamont Wade, who's been swinging a hot stick. One of the things, if you watch Lamont Wade, he sits middle in on the plate quite a bit.
What do you know about Mateus?
I don't know anything about him. I just know we picked him up with Pollock in that trade.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm looking at the Giants batting order right now. You got Pollock got pinch hit for by Matos. And then we're back to the top of the order.
Yeah, we're back to the top of the order.
826 OPS.
So this is where the game has changed right here. We already said it. He threw a 3-2 off-speed pitch to get one guy on, and then Matos gets a knock. Then he throws a 1-0 changeup to Lamont Wade. I would imagine this can be off-speed again.
No, fastball in.
No, heater in. All right.
Do these guys? Back in the day, they used to say that they pitch like pussies. Like that's literally what they would say. Like, dude, what the fuck, man? Throw me a fastball, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, but
right?
But here's the thing. Back in the day too, they weren't afraid to throw the ball over the plate. I mean, you got a 4-run lead. Why are you throwing a 3-2 breaking ball or a 3-2 changeup or whatever? Are you serious? 1 run's going to mean that much? Now what you did was you opened the door for this right here, which is a big inning. Now the Giants got the bases drunk, right? Here comes the pitching coach.
This is fucking stupid. This is Matt Wise walking out there going, dude, use your head.
Yeah.
Throw strikes. We're up 4 fucking runs.
How about this one?
Stupid.
Yeah. How about this one? We're up 4 runs. How about throw a freaking sinker down and away to get a double play ball? Why are we throwing fastballs up? For what reason? You're going to be able to get 2 outs instead of 1.
So now we got Jock Peterson coming to the plate. This is the biggest moment of the game, dude.
Our man, Big Jock Dude. Here we go. Let's see what he's got going on.
Fly out in the first. He's 0 for 1. 229 on the season. 349 on base percentage. 424 slugging. 11
right. Jock always gets pitched in. So let's see what happens.
Change up away.
All right. So Now, this would be a perfect example for me. As much as Jock gets pitched in, I would actually walk up to home plate, back off the plate, look in.
Yep, they went in. So by now it's 2-0.
Exactly, 2-0. But if you back off the plate, that ball right there is kind of out over the dish, and you can whack the shit out of it, even if the ball's in on you.
You could have done that, no doubt.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
2 balls, no strikes. Change up down the middle, good pitch.
So there you go again. There you go again. You're up 4-0. You're throwing a 2-0 changeup. You're saying that your third best pitch is your best option on 2-0.
I need you to throw what you can throw a strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball in, foul ball. Peterson in a huge spot. If the Giants have a chance to get back into the game, the place is here.
You're still looking for a double play ball. So for me personally, I'm looking change up.
Change up, ground ball. That might be a knock. It's a fang, dude.
It's a knock.
That's a big league knock.
There you
All
go.
right.
And
Let's
now
ride
we're still on the road.
Let's ride out the rest of the inning, then we're fucking done.
Let's go. Let's go. This inning might not end.
No, it will. It will. All right. How's that playing really super deep help you? Not at all. Look at Chuck Peterson with the ice and Mohawk. I love that guy. I really do. How is he?
He's awesome. He's awesome. He's
he
great.
Cool?
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
So,
And his brother, Jock's brother, his name's Champ. He works in the Gotham Club, and Champ's got Down syndrome, and he's freaking awesome. I love Champ. I mess with him all the time. He's a dynamite dude. Oh, there you go. Base knock to the hottest hitter. So now you go from being up 4-0 to 4-3. Still with a big threat because I pitched like a pussy.
we should end the show on that line.
Because
you fucking drilled it, dude. That's
it's
it.
true. It's the truth. I mean, I created my own problems because I could not throw a fastball for a strike, and I could not let the hitter get himself out. Instead, I create this big problem, and now all the pressure's on me, and they get 2 hits in a row, and now they're in the middle of the game again.
So that's a ground ball out. Henry, I'm speaking to you. This is Henry who's Thrill. He's the one that's made you TikTok famous, dude. You're a fucking star on TikTok, bro.
All right, here we go again. What's this? Wait. Kapler's back out on the field again. What's this?
He wants to know if the ball was fair or foul. They called it fair.
That's like the second time in one inning he's been out on the field. I don't know what's going on there.
They're calling him out, but what? Can we challenge this? Can we look at this? Watch. It's foul. I mean, it looks foul to me.
It depends. It depends on where the ball goes over the bag. If it goes over the bag foul, it's fair ball. It's a foul ball. If it goes over the bag fair, it's fair ball. No matter what it does past the bag.
Runners at second, third, J.D. Davis at third base, ground ball, they're out of it. 4-3. But the Giants right back into it.
All right. But here it is, mid-third inning, and because of how the Angels just pitch right there, Giants are all up in the middle of this.
So I was mentioning before, Henry Markin, our great social media director at No Filter Network, is involved with creating clips that essentially will ideally go viral. That was a fucking clip that could go viral because just like you said, and when I said you can end the show right there, dude, he pitched like a pussy and then he got his I got shit whacked. Oh, this sounded really weird now.
Yeah, we got, what I mean, just the way you look at it from a baseball standpoint is I got the other team down, and because I'm a pussy and because I'm pitching like a pussy, I let them back in the game. So there you go.
Go at them. Make them earn it. I tell our boys all the time. I don't
Totally
care.
agree. Totally agree.
Make
Hey,
them.
guess what? When you give up a solo homer, no damage done. No biggie. Still 4-3. When you walk, bloop, base hit, all of a sudden now we got all kinds of shit going on.
All right, Thrill. We're done here. We will be back next Tuesday, and I look forward to that. I'll still be here. I'm going to San Diego next Wednesday, but next Tuesday we're here rocking and rolling. Does that work for you?
Works for me. I look forward to seeing everybody in the chat room. Bring all your friends.
Yeah, tell a friend what the fuck. Like,
Oh, and by the way, before we sign off, one baseball card for everybody in the chat room. One. Eric Byrnes, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Byrnes.
yes!
Brought to me by Trey Clark. Trey Clark knew that we opened the cards, and he said, Dad, bring Mr. Eric's card. I said, you got it.
I miss Trey, man. That's
You
my
got
dude.
it, man. Hey, look forward. Man, this is an awesome show. Thanks for everybody, being in the audience today and participating. A lot of chat, man. That was awesome. Bring friends next week. We're going to do it next Tuesday.
Sounds good, Thrill. Have a good week, man. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Right back at you. And as usual,
See